度。那么现在到了夜间，为什么速度会有所下降啊？一方面我刚刚告诉大家了，那我们现在能给大家看到水流吗？我们可以看一下流速。他们告诉我，在今天晚上9点的时候，流速已经有原来的0.3米每秒，现在已经增加到现在的0.8米每秒，也就是增加了2倍还多。那么现在呢，又过了1个小时，随着这个整个的决口进一步的缩小，那么因为现在院内的水位，也就是我们说团州院的水位，要比洞庭湖的水位要高。那么白天的测量呢，大概要高了，平均是2厘米左右。虽然说是一个不大的高差，但是水还是在往外流的。那此前在这个决口非常宽的时候，这个流速是非常缓的。那么现在大家都知道，就有点像我们说大坝合龙。大家如果有过相关的这样观看新闻经验的话，越到最后其实是越难的，因为水流增加之后。的土方量这些石块的量会降低。那还有你看，我们看到其实夜间的作业还是非常危险的哈。一方面，刚才有注意到一个细节嘛，好多大石头滚下来之后，在这个卡车上有碰撞出这个火花，就说明这个石块的重量非常的重。现在这个大石块，我们了解到这个最大的石块呢，差不多有一个立方超过1吨重。而且这些石块呢，我们也了解了一下，为了能够加快这次的封堵作业啊，我们不仅是在当地想办法开辟这样的料场来这个挖掘这样的石料，同时呢，我们还想尽一切办法，从周边多个地方都调集了质料。我今天也跟多个这个货运船的这个我们的这个开船的师傅，还有我们这些很多的货车的司机也聊了一下。现场我们看到这些石料啊，有很多。比如说有来自于湖南常德的，那么也有来自于周边的一些不是我们说岳阳市的一些其他的这些跨市的一些增援，他们很多人都是路上的话，有的最远的是开车4个小时过来，那么水上呢就更远了。我们现在可以再给个镜头，远处还可以看到有几条大船，对吗？那几条大船现在我们说还有一些石料在旁边进行储备，或者我们来把镜头反过来给一下，能转一下吗？好。我们来再给大家看一个进展，就我们说为什么到了最后越难哈，就我们对，我们转一下这个镜头有一些晃，没事儿哈。我们给大家看一眼，您看，之前白天大家看到这个水上抛投的这个大船，哎，现在它就已经只能停在这儿了，因为我上一档直播也跟他说了。那么因为这个船呢，它的宽度是9.6米，而我们现在整个决口剩下的这个水面宽度，我们现在看啊，大概只有几米了，目测我现在觉得已经低于5米了。那么在这种情况下，这个船是开不进来的，所以我们现在就只能通过路上，但是不用担心，路上的这些石料已经足够了。好，我们先把镜头对准决口处，我怎么觉得现在这个决口随时都有可能会有合龙的可能。我们可以看到，现在经过那2个我们说的2车的这个大的石料，在不断的倒入之后，我们看到现在当然我们有可能会有视觉的偏差，因为我们是在这个决口的右岸，我们现在不是正对着它。从我这个视觉来看，感觉现在已经低于5米了。我们的这个船有可能稍微往前再靠近一点。
So from our side, actually we could see it's less than 5 meters. So as we approach a little bit, when we're approaching to the dike, that we will have a more closer look on the situation. So from this angle, based on the current situation, I would say in a very short time, this bridge will be sealed. Maybe you can see more clear from another angle. Or you can stand up. Alright, we will continue to pay attention to the seal of the bridge. So from this angle, you could see as for the trucks, they are pulling the dirt inside of the bridge. Now we could see the height is less than 5 meters. But right now we cannot say when it will be completely sealed, because based on our previous experience, So when we are going to the last stage, it may have some different situation because we have to consider about the speed of the flood. But let's take a closer look on the bank on the dike. So right now we are still at the last stage for the sealing of the bridge. So we have many people, and right now you could see they're actually holding the flags. So based on my experience, when we are seeing all of these red flag, we could see this group, they're saying that the sealing will be completed very soon. So now we have many people, they are holding the flags. So we are very close to the success. I would see pretty soon we will finish the work. So we will want to be safe. So from this angle, actually you could see from the last truck, and pretty soon we will complete the sealing of the bridge. Maybe you can come to this angle, this will be more clear. Let's change our place. So right now we are having this live footage from the boat. From this angle you can see much more closely. So it feels like the ceiling is completed, but it is not. But we're very close to that. And also we could see for the bridge, it's maybe only 1 meter of the gap. So we are estimated that for the work will be completed very soon. So right now we have many boats and we have many people gathered here. So right now I could see at least we have like 20 drones. They're actually like facing the bridge, and also they want to capture this special moment. So right now everyone is paying close attention to the seal of the bridge. We also want to bring the live coverage to you because with 50 hours of hard work, so pretty soon in tonight, we will complete this work. So right now they're still like working on the sealing of the bridge. And also we are seeing this like the truck, and they're trying to put the soil and try to finish the sealing of the bridge. Right now, actually the bridge is less than 5 meters. But it's very difficult to say like how long it takes for the completion. So many people are saying why we are seize every minute and every second and complete the sealing. Because and this time we have a very serious like dike bridge, and also the speed of the water is very fast. And some people may wonder maybe we could have a pause and then we will do the sealing of the bridge. But this time, actually, we have to seize every second and to complete the work. We have to defend the second defensive line, that is the Hunan. And also we have to make sure that the people living surrounding this place is safe. So just we have like a signal break, but we will continue to follow closely on the situation. But right now we're very close to the completion of the sealing of the bridge.
在左侧斜方的这个斜堤上，其实我们几乎都看不到这个决口的宽度了，所以可以想见，现在的这个推进进度是非常的快。
And then we will complete the sealing of the bridge.
我们还可以看到这个堤上有灯光从空中再照下来啊，这也是我们的这个国网电力的。
For such a long time. So we are about to complete the sealing of the bridge. And at this stage, we will also want to tell the residents nearby that the sealing will be completed soon. So after the sealing of the bridge, of the dike bridge, and pretty soon, we will continue our work for the flood defense and also the emergency rescue. For the local control center, they have also assigned a great number of soldiers to complete this work. So after we complete the sealing of the bridge, and this will bring you benefits to the Huarong County of Hunan Province. So with our coverage, you may know that for 1 kilometers away from the bridge, there's still many people that have been stranded in those areas. So we will continue to bring you the latest situation about the sealing of the bridge from the area view. You could see the sealing is almost completed, but still we have to wait for the update because from this angle, maybe it is a little bit far away. But still, the gap for the bridge is less than 1 meter. And on the right side of the dike, we still have these large size machineries. They're still trying to pull off the dirt inside of the dike. So from the footage, you may have an estimation about the situation. Right now, you could see the left dike and the right dike. They're about to be sealed. So on the left side, let me count. We have at least 7 trucks carrying the rocks. They're just staying here standby, and they are waiting at the operation platform. And after the truck, they're unloading the rocks, and then they will continue to make a turn and then to pull all the dirt and also the rocks on the bridge. So from this angle, you could see the sealing is about to complete. And also on the left side and the right side of the dike, you could see we still are seeing the throttling machineries. So from our angle, it seems like the sealing has been completed. So even though we are having some of the power supply, but from our angle, we are not seeing it clearly. On the right side, right, you could see the earth mover on the right side. They have already pulled off the rocks. Alright, now that we are seeing that the sealing has been completed on site. So for this disaster happened in the afternoon of July the 5th. And at that time for the Tuanzhouyuan, at that time they are founding a very big bridge, at least as long as about like 200 meters. And on site, you could see for the rescuers, they're feeling very exciting because they have been staying on site for several days, and right now the ceiling has been completed. And now you can see they are swinging all of these red flags. They're celebrating this moment. And this is what we are waiting for such a long time. Because after the sealing of the bridge, and also we will continue our work for the disinfection and also the drainage work. And this will also bring in more conveniences to people who are living in the Tuanzhouyuan, and they're able to come back to their home after the outbreak of the disaster. And actually, many places have been drowned. We have been transferred over 7,000 people. And we have transferred these people for temporary shelters. And also we have many people gather on site for the rescue work and the flood relief. So we have like people and the machines to work together and try our best to complete the sealing of the bridge. So we are working basically 24 hours per day. And just now we have completed the sealing of the bridge. And this time for the sealing work, actually it started yesterday. We have a new model. Except for the machineries on the two sides, we also have the boats, and they're also pulling the anchors and trying their best to complete the sailings. Because if we just depend on the trucks, we are not able to have enough rocks. And that's why we open up the water transportation. And also this time for CMG, we also dispatch a number of the boats from different areas, and many rocks has been transported to the Huarun County, and they have a precise pulling of the rocks into the bridge. But fortunately, and the water area, the situation is good, and also we are seeing for the anchors they did work. And after we push down all of the rocks, and this will able to seal the bridge. And this is an additional way for us to complete the sealing. And after we use the water transportation, now we can see the speed has been come up. For example, as of 5 p.m. on 7th of July, and at that time we are already completed like 90 meters of the sealing, and by 9 p.m. tonight, by 9 p.m. yesterday, and actually we are completed like more than 100 meters of the sealing. And in the daytime today, and we have 4 rescue points. They are also trying their best. And in early morning, we already completed 180 meters of the sealing of the bridge. And also we are seeing the bridge has been narrowed down, and also the speed of the water will come up. And actually the water level service has also been increased because of the narrowing of the bridge. And also today, in the evening, we are seeing that for the surface level has been increased by 6 centimeters. And according to the rescuers, this will not have a big impact for the rescue work. And because we have 4 rescue points working together, and by 5 p.m. today, and we are able to seal 180 meters of the bridge. And by 8 p.m., we left about like 14 meters, and just now we have completed the sealing of the bridge. Alright, from the footage, we are still seeing a lot of boats. So on one boat, we have many CMG reporters, and they're trying to capture this historical moment, because this is the moment that would like to see by the local residents from the Huarun County. And going next, we will continue for the drainage work. And after the outbreak of the disaster, and actually there will be some places will be drowned, and also we need the machineries to work to do the drainage, and also we need to have like armed forces to take part in this process, and the drainage work will last for about 7 days. And after the drainage work, and we will continue our work for the disinfection. After we complete the disinfection, and then the local residents can come back to their home. Alright, on the left side, we are still seeing one truck is backing off. We also have some rescuers on site. So this is the last earth mover. And they will continue to pull off the rocks on the bridge. So from the area side view, maybe we cannot see very clear. If we are on the ground surface, that we can see very closely. So with the sealing work, actually, I would say the dike is in an inclined position. So the reason that we have inclined the slope, I also asked the experts, they're saying that at this point, well, rock is very precious materials for us. We have to block all of the waters from coming in. And this is the first step, and we will continue to cement the dike. So right now you could see for the truck, they will continue to pull off the stones and the rocks. So actually right now the sealing of the bridge has been completed. Now the truck is continuing to back off, but now we are trying our best to fill in all the gaps we are seeing. So that's why we are seeing another truck is continue to unload some of these materials. So we try our best to consolidate the dike. Alright, I would like to review the whole process of the sealing of the bridge. So we are basically using the stone materials and the rocks to seal the bridge. So for the rescue work, actually for all of these stone materials, they're very precious. And for the local municipality, it also collected and transferred the stone materials from surrounding cities and counties. And altogether, they have allocated about 260,000 tons of the stone materials to support the sealing of the bridge. And this time, in addition to the trucks, we are also using boats and vessels to support the sealing of the bridge. So with the joint efforts on the land and also on the lake, by 3 p.m. this afternoon, we have already used like over 100,000 tons of these stone materials. And for every 1 hour, they are able to sail about like 3.5 meters of the bridge. So this is a very fast pace. So this time we have 485 armed forces and soldiers and people from local governments together here. They also stay here day and night and also to support the rescue work. And also we have allocated over 3,000 trucks to do the operation after the outbreak of the disaster. And also we have human beings and the machines to work together to complete the sealing of the bridge. So that's why we have a relatively fast pace. Especially this time, we are using some of the working vessels and the boats to do the sealing of the bridge. And this time for the sealings, I believe many viewers they are paying a lot of attention to this situation. So from the footage, you're seeing some of the sparkling lights, and we are having the drones to cover the whole situation, and they're trying to capture these moments. Right now, you could see the sealing has been completed, but we still have these rescuers stand by. Because on one side, for the earth movers, they continue to consolidate the dike. And also on the left dike and the right dike, we still have the trucks. And also we could see for all of these trucks, they're still under a preparation mode. So at any minute, they're ready to continue to pull off the rocks and the stone materials into the bridge to make it wider and more consolidated. Alright, from the left side, we are seeing another truck unloading the building stones. So we have like support from the China Energy Group. So in this place, now you could see for some places of the bridge, it's in a triangle shape. So on site, we have many experts. They are providing guidance to the trucks. So we want to be more efficient and effective for the unloading of the rocks. So on the right side of the dike, we have all of these red flags, and also we have people, they're wearing the life vest. So actually they have staying here for several days and nights to complete the sealing of the bridge. So once again, I would like to give you an introduction about the situation here, especially for the water conditions. So in the evening, on the 6th of July, that is the second day of the disaster occurs. So for the water level, actually we are seeing some of the backflow of the water in the Dongting Lake. On the left side is actually coming from the lake from Dongting, and on the right side is the lake, the water coming from the Tuanzhouyuan, and also the water level of the Tuanzhouyuan is higher than the Dongting Lake. And we are seeing the backflow of the water from the Tuanzhouyuan to the Dongting Lake. There were two reasons and also the two benefits of this backflow. So first of all, we will have like less water staying in the Tuanzhouyuan, and also it will alleviate some of our work for the drainage. And the second, with our support with our journalists, and because for the Tuanzhouyuan and the Qianlianghu Yuan, because of a low dike, and that is the second defensive line, and this will separate the two lake areas. And for that dike, it has the length of about like 40 kilometers. So for that dike, it will not suffer from any flood for about like 28 years. And this time, for the depth of the flood is about like 5 meters, which is a very strong impact of the dike. So this time, because of the second defensive line, we also face a lot of challenges. In the past few days, we have a very strong wind. So when we are doing the live coverage, so for myself, I always feel very messy because the wind is too strong. And also we are seeing the waves, they are actually hitting the dike. And this will also have some impact of the cementment of the dike. That is the first challenge. And second, also for this construction style of the dike, actually it is weaker than the regular dike. And also we don't have the cementment of the second line of the dike. And also I just mentioned that in this area for decades we don't have such a strong flood. And this will also pose a lot of challenge for the dike. And also we are seeing there may be some like animals there reside in those areas. So we have to make sure that we seize every minute and moment, and also try our best to lower the water surface and the water level. And this will help us to protect the local ecology and also to protect the second defensive dike. So for the Qianlianghu Yuan, and it has a relatively larger size, which is 3 times larger than the Tuanzhouyuan. For Tuanzhouyuan, it has only like 50 square meters. So from my colleagues, maybe they also give you some introduction about the situation, the speed of the sealing. And in this morning, actually, we have a very big challenge in the morning time, but with the rescue work, so everything has been cooled off. So now we come back to the scene. Even though we have completed the sealing of the bridge, but still we have the earth movers. They are standing by. They continue to pull off the rocks to the area of the bridge to make sure that it is consolidated. Alright, on the right side of the dike we have another truck completed the unloading of the stone materials. So for this operation platform, we will see actually the area is quite narrow. We can only have like one earth movers going inside of the bridge. So for this earth mover, it has completed the unloading.
慢慢的往前推。好，我们看到在画面当中，刚才停泊在现场的2艘船只，现在已经一艘已经。
And also for the 2 vessels, one of them has already left the scene.
从我们这个视角看上去，这个合龙还是现场。
So from our angle, it is quite dark. Maybe we are not able to see that very clear. But even though the sealing has been completed, but the local rescuers, they are still staying on site. They have to continue to consolidate the dike. And on the left side, you could see the earth mover has completed the job. And we have very heavy machineries coming here. And they're trying our best to pull off the rocks. And especially they were trying to widen the bridge, the ceiling. And as I just mentioned, that for these stone materials and the rocks, they're very precious. And this afternoon, actually, we had another press conference, like briefing the situation today, and especially today, we also receive more than 40,000 tons of the rocks. And also we have smaller size of the stones have been transported from other cities to the Dongting Lake. So as we all know that as the bridge narrowed down and also for the speed of the water will increase. And yesterday, actually we have a differences of the height. And today, actually, we will see that the speed has been increased dramatically as compared to yesterday. So actually, when we are coming to the later stage, we need larger size of the rock to do the sealing. So for the big rocks, maybe they may have some gaps. So that's why we need smaller size of the stone materials to continue to consolidate the dike. So I will have a brief review of the situation of the disaster. So actually, we have this bridge occurring, and we also have a landslide in the Dongting Lake in the afternoon of July the 5th. At that time, in the surrounding areas in the Dongting Lake, especially for one of the places, it have emphasized that actually the height of the water is about like 49 meters. At that time, because of the disaster and the flood, and also it turns into very serious situation, and pretty soon we are seeing a bridge on the Dongting Lake. So at that time, we allocated a great number of the trucks and also the vessels carrying the rocks inside of the Dongting Lake, but still we are seeing for some of the water they have crushed the dike on the Tuanzhouyuan, and in the evening hours, and at that time the bridge is about 70 to 80 meters, and in the end the bridge is about like 200 meters. And according to the information from the rescuers, for some areas the depth is about like 10 meters, and for some areas it's even deeper, and it is a very challenging work. So basically, a huge amount of the flood is coming from the Dongting Lake to the Tuanzhouyuan. So start from the 6th of July, we are seeing that for the height of the Dongting Lake is decreasing, and also we are seeing some of the backflow of the water. So right now, except for the autonomous drainage, and also we will continue to have the machineries to support the drainage of the water. And after the disaster occurs, and in the Tuanzhouyuan, we have evacuated over 7,000 people. They have been staying in 5 shelters. And on the 6th of July, so for the rescue, the armed forces, they are coming to the Tuanzhouyuan. So their priority is to try to embrace the bridge, and also they're starting their work for the sealing of the bridge. So we are seeing we have the soldiers, and also we have the armed forces, the the policemen, and also we have people from the energy group. So a great number of people are coming on site to do the sealing of the bridge. So especially for these people, they have to suffer from the high temperature in the daytime, but also they also have to stay overnight to protect the dike. And also right now you are seeing that we are coordinating the human resources as well as the machineries. They have to work day and night for the rescue. So yesterday we have a change of the situation. Except for the machineries on the ground, we also have the vessels and boats. So we are actually coordinating the forces on the land as well as on the sea and the lake. So for the Dongting Lake, for the Huarong County, they are also working with surrounding areas. They have dispatched over 260,000 tons of rocks and stone materials to make sure that we have sufficient materials to be pulled down into the bridge and to complete the sealing. Except for the large size of the rocks, for some of them, for the large size, they will be as heavy as 1 ton. And also, we have smaller size of the stone materials to make sure that we can fill in the gaps between the large size of the rocks. Except for the ground, we have the trucks to carry the rocks. For some of the trucks, they may be suffer from the traffic jam, something like that. And also, this time we also allocated over 80 vessels and boats. They also carrying the rocks to the bridge. So by 3 p.m. this afternoon, we have already tried to seal about like 1.3 meters of the bridge per hour. So actually in the afternoon of yesterday, we already completed the sealing of about like 91 meters. And in the evening, except for the two rescue sites, we are adding our rescue site to 4. So by 9 p.m. yesterday, actually we have completed the sealing of 100 meters. And coming to the daytime today, so for the 4 rescue sites, they will continue their work on the sealing of the bridge. So by 10 a.m. today, so we have completed about 142 meters of the sealing of the bridge, and we have about like 80 meters to go in the noon time. So as we are seeing that, as for the bridge is narrowed down, and actually the speed of the water will be accelerating. And also we are seeing that the water surface of the Tuanzhou Yuan is 6 centimeters higher than the Dongting Lake. So even though that we are seeing these differences of the height of the water, but still, based on our calculation, the impact on the dike will be under control. So when we come to like 5 p.m. this afternoon, and we are able to complete the sealing about like 180 meters, and we have about like 40 meters left. And by 9 p.m. we have only like 40 meters left. And by 10:33 p.m. tonight, with the joint effort, we have completed the sealing tonight. And this is quite a big news for the local residents and also the CMG reporters as well, because going next, we will continue to have more work, for example, the drainage and also the disinfection. By completing all of those tasks, and then we are able to bring back the people to their homeland. So that is the recap